only to open the door and be very rudely and aggressively confronted by some worker from a kayaking club.
Some nobody, let's be honest.
Yeah, some nobody from a kayaking club who was posing, I guess, as some sort of a ranger for the waterfront. I don't know what he was posing as.
Good morning, Mr. Ingham.
Good morning, how you doing?
My name's Paul Richardson. I'm the water safety guy on the Trossachs.
Hello.
Prepare yourself to be angered. Prepare yourself to be as angry as you were 4 short years ago when the Inghams last pulled a scandal over the Scottish lochs. That's all I'm saying. This video stands to entice people to be angry and to make people angry. I don't know if they did it on purpose to try and get their views up, because they know that the kayak pull incident 4 years ago brought in a lot of views and a lot of hatred towards them, and they definitely need something to bump their channel up. But this is not it, Chris, Sarah. Endangering your children's lives is never the answer. And we're gonna look at this in some depth because, oh my god, I'm actually fuming when I saw it. Actually fuming for a variety of reasons. So, as you may have noticed, or you may have realised, the Inghams are on a body of water again, and they are not taking proper precautions. Again, obviously, why would they?
Good morning, iFam. Morning, Isla. It's 9 AM, and the only way we can start this beautiful, flipping stunning morning is with the paddleboard out. So we are about to make the most of this weather, because who knows what weather. I think it's meant to get a bit rubbish next week, and we're going to make the most of it whilst we've got it, basically. And this is the perfect place to paddleboard as well. Like, the current's going that way, but that way is a dead end.
I believe she's told us this in advance so that we would be less angry and, you know, more understanding of the fact that they're going on the water and the current would just drift them into the shore. I think that's what she's trying to say. But she hasn't yet explained the lack of life vests or buoyancy aids just yet, but we'll get onto that.
It's literally just a dead end. That's where we walked down to last night, where the Highland cows are. Just at the end there. So it is absolutely perfect. And just the prime location. You ready, Isla?
Yeah, you're getting yourself into no trouble here.
Let's go.
So as you can see, there's no life vests on either of those two. One of them I think is Chris, because of the grey beanie, but what he doesn't have is a life vest. You know, obviously he's free to not have one. He's an adult, he can choose whether or not to. Probably best that you do wear a life vest, Chris, but also your children, they don't have the choice. You do. As a parent, you choose and make them understand and educate them that they need to wear a life vest at all times, preferably.
Started.
I am actually fuming, like really, really riled up right now, like steam coming out of my ears, that sort of fuming level right now, because not only is Esme not wearing a life vest, I mean, she's 16, she has more autonomy over whether or not she wants to wear one, but I think that she doesn't think that she needs one, which is on her parents to teach her. You know, she's still under the age of 18, so she really should be wearing a life vest to protect her from, you know, falling in. Also, that water there is freezing cold, so you might want to wear a wetsuit as well, you know, just for future reference there, Esme. Now, what I'm more fuming about in this shot is the dog. The dog, Prinny. Prinny doesn't have a choice. Prinny was propped up on that paddleboard. She was just propped up there. She didn't have a choice whether to go on it. She doesn't have a choice whether to stay on it. She doesn't have a choice what to do here because she is just there, right? She's in the middle of the lake or the sea or whatever it is that they're on, right? She's right there. You can see that she is panting right now, and panting can be a sign of one of a few things. When a dog pants, it's primarily a way for them to regulate their body temperature, which is true, as they don't sweat like humans do. However, panting can also indicate excitement, stress, or even pain. So there's a possibility there that, well, it's pretty cold weather over there. She's probably not hot, so not trying to cool down. I wouldn't have thought that would be the issue. So something along the lines of stress or anxiety may be why she is panting there. Also, should you really take a dog on a paddleboard? If they are used to it, there's reasons why you might. Dogs do it. It's not against any policies or rules or anything like that. However, if you're going to take your dog on a paddleboard, there's a few very simple rules, and some might say bylaws, Mr. Ingham, that you might want to follow. So for dog safety on the water, you might want to put a life jacket on them. It's crucial to have a well-fitting life jacket for your dog, especially if they are not strong swimmers or if you're in open water. Now, Prinny doesn't have a life jacket on at all, does she? Not at all. You know, you can try and deny it, but, you know, it's up there for all to see. She doesn't have one on her. Now, especially if she's not a strong swimmer. Do we know if Prinny can actually swim at all? Because we've never seen Prinny swimming, I don't think, in the 9 years that they've been on YouTube. I don't think that Prinny's ever been shown to be swimming. In fact, this little clip here,
Prinny, how are you going to get back now? Prinny, how are you going to get back without getting wet? Prinny, come on. Babe! Prinny, that was not a clever move, baby. She's in. That was not clever, was it?
as you can see from that clip, Prinny doesn't necessarily seem like she wants to go in the water, or she looks a bit hesitant, but that's just that clip. I don't know. Maybe she's a really strong swimmer, but I'm not quite sure when this would have happened, because they never take her on holidays, they never take her to pools or lakes or things like that in order for her to swim. There's also a leash. Now, a leash can be used for added security, but it's important to ensure it's not a hazard, especially if your dog is prone to jumping in and out of the water, which is another point. Prinny doesn't look like she wants to jump in, right? okay, which is good. We don't want her to jump in, but she also doesn't look like she wants to. She looks afraid of jumping in. She's not going to jump in and jump out. She just is there like a statue. That's how it feels. Now, training. Start with land-based training, getting your dog comfortable with the board and using commands like place. And gradual introduction. Introduce your dog to the water and board gradually, starting with calm, shallow waters. Now, it looks to me, as an outsider, I guess, it's kind of like they've just plonked her on there and floated her out to sea. That's kind of how it gives me the impression. So they should really have gradually introduced her to it, especially if she's nervous, to show her that it's safe, but she doesn't look like she knows it's safe, to be fair. But this whole clip really frustrated and annoyed me, and just it made me want to like put my fist through the screen and hit Chris and grab Prinny and take Prinny away with me. That's what I wanted to do, because this is just cruel. It's downright cruel. It's horrible. And I mean, the kids are one thing. Then there's the dog. Now, the dog does not look happy. The dog does not look safe. And if, God forbid, Prinny was to fall in, the water is so cold, she'd probably die, right? She wouldn't have a hope. Or she would fall in. Esme would then have to jump in after her. And all that is just not good. It's not going to have a happy ending. Let's be real. Let's be for real, right? Now, Chris put up this disclaimer, and I'm going to say, Chris, this was a shocking disclaimer for many reasons. But firstly, you put it up for barely a second. Literally a second, right? So, I nearly missed it. I'm not going to lie, I nearly missed it. I blinked, it was almost, I was fortunate to catch it, right? A disclaimer, whilst yes, you don't want to interfere with the general run of your video, it needs to be long enough so people can at least see it is there. Otherwise, there's no point to it, is there? All right. So his disclaimer says the following: this video shows an individual falling from a paddleboard into cold sea water in a Scottish loch, experiencing mild panic due to the cold. Open water swimming and paddleboarding can be dangerous. Always prioritise water safety, wear appropriate gear, and never swim alone. Seek professional guidance and check local conditions before engaging in water activities. Now, Chris, where do I start with this? All right. Somebody experiencing mild panic due to the cold. So it's cold in there, right? But you've shown your kids paddleboarding on the water, right? In the same conditions. And your dog, obviously. Open water swimming and paddleboarding can be dangerous. Always prioritise safety. And yet you haven't. Wear appropriate gear. Okay, so no life vests for any of your kids or your dog. No wetsuits. That's very important because it's freezing cold in there. And that freezing cold can cause heart attacks and things like that, right? And never swim alone. And yet they weren't they? I know you had your drone up there, Chris. Doesn't mean to say you were keeping your eye on them, though. Bloody hell, you weren't with them. Anyway, right, so all of that, bear that in mind when you see the following unbelievable clip. He's put up a caption, point of view, you feel how cold the water is for the first time. I've no words to describe how idiotic Chris actually is in the situation, and all of them, in actual fact, absolutely all of them. Look at them all watching, looking on, watching, okay, right? It's just happened, but just look how active any one of them are at trying to help their friend. Which moron shouted out, "That must be cold"? Yes, cold enough to kill somebody. That's how cold it is, right? That guy's not got he's not got a top on. He's not got a wetsuit, definitely, but he's not even got a t-shirt or anything to protect him. Right? Nothing. And yet, yeah, the best you can do is, "That must be cold." Out you come. Look at them all standing about. Look at them all. The guy is clearly struggling. I don't care what Chris says. He is struggling, right? He's trying to catch his breath, and as you've already pointed out, he's mildly panicking due to the cold. And yet, every single one of you just stand there watching. In actual fact, Esme just walks off. So Chris put this up afterwards. P.S. Our friend was totally fine and never in any real danger. He's a strong swimmer. The temperature just took him off guard, as it's like the Arctic in the water. We all, including him, laughed together about this clip, and our friends suggested we use it for comedy value. Always stay safe out there and always within your personal limits. Now, they've said use it for comedy value. What comedy value could that possibly have been, right? Yeah, he was fine afterwards, right? Once he got out of the water. I do not believe that he was fine in the moment at all. You said he's a strong swimmer. Now, if he is in fact a strong swimmer and that took his breath away and that made him struggle to swim, imagine what that would have done to your kids. Imagine how your kids would have reacted in that situation. Imagine how your dog would have reacted there. It doesn't bear thinking about if that was a strong swimmer. Now, my feeling is he's not a strong swimmer because you could see him struggling so much. But even the strongest swimmers, I guess, would struggle in Arctic temperatures in the water. Now, you've also said it's like Arctic in the water. So why would you risk your kids' lives like that then? Why would you? This was a ridiculous clip, and I can't begin to explain just how stupid it is. Let's take a little look back at what just happened. So let's take a look at what happens when their friend falls in the sea. You've got moron number one over here with a beanie, just sort of looking on gormlessly, wondering, hey, what's going on here then? Oh, hey, what's happening in the world? Where's my van? Where's my van? What's my scam? What's the latest scam app? What's happening with the scams these days? Maybe the government is after me, the tax, yeah. And then you've got Number 2 in the line, Isla. Now I don't blame Isla, but she's just looking around like, what's going on here? You know, she doesn't really know what to do. And then you've got number 3 there, that's Mrs. D's wife in the pink hair, and she's like, do I have to go and fetch him again? And then you've got Sarah looking very fetching in her bikini bottoms there, just thinking, oh, where's the water? Well, the water's pretty chilly, isn't it? Pretty chilly. Oh yeah, but what's for dinner tonight, eh? And then you've got number 5 there at the end. Esme just says, oh, fuck this, someone else's problem that is. So off she goes. Now Chris and Sarah thought they learnt their lesson. They thought they had been educated by kayak porn back in 2021, 2021 even. They thought they had. They even told the world that they had.
Is that we appreciate everyone that's warned us about the safety and dangers of locks. This isn't something that everybody just knows, because we didn't know, and quite evidently not a lot of other people know as well, because we have barely seen anyone in life vests the whole time we've been here, and we've been at the locks a lot. So it's not something that everybody knows. There's no signposts around any of the locks that we've been at stating you have to wear a life vest.
Where are the bylaw signs?
So it's not something that everyone should just know, and you're automatically a bad parent or something like that if you don't know.
It's not, even if it's not a bylaw, Mr. Ingham, it's also common sense law.
But we do appreciate being made aware now.
If I remember rightly, you were made aware many times before you were actually made aware by all these people commenting, please put life vests on your kids, please put life jackets on your kids, please protect your kids. But you just ignored them all, didn't you? Just like Sarah and Chris Ingham, you are just ignoring them all day long, ignoring them. However, back then you did have IFAM trying to protect your children. This time, on the very same vlog now, when you are risking your kids and your dog, not one IFAM bothered. Not one. The closest we got was hello to you, the Ingham family. Jochaved Mendelssohn here, finally watching this video on my phone. And I'm sure that this can go viral. Alright there, Jochaved. No. Okay, so I'm sure it's going to go viral too. Not for the reasons that maybe some people might want. But do you see, like, 4 years on from the kayak porn scandal, the paddleboarding scandal back then, 4 years on, when loads of people were bothered about your safety of your children, your IFAM were bothered, 4 years on, you're left with those little stragglers that just couldn't give a shit about the safety of your children, right? Literally none of them can gather the fact that you're putting your kids' lives at risk. Yet back then, 4 years ago, you know, you had the level of intelligence in your comments for people to actually understand that what you're doing is wrong and what you're doing is putting your kids' lives at risk. Now, the level of intelligence in your IFAM, they can't grasp that. All they see is little square, like, Minecraft people on the screen, like that. That's what they see. I'm sure of it.
Right, guys, we got the Ninja air fryer out. We're making some cheese, or they're not actually cheese toasties. What are they? Hunter's chicken toasties going in the air fryer for lunch. But I am having one Scotch egg ball, one loaded Scotch egg ball, loaded with chicken. What's that chicken stuff, Esme? Caesar chicken sauce stuff from one Aldi. Guys, when I say this morning's been the most perfect, chilled van life morning I think we've quite possibly ever had, I genuinely mean it. This has probably been my favourite morning we've ever had van life in. We got up early this morning, we sat outside, had a nice cup of tea, and then straight away got into our costumes, got the paddleboard out, and we've been out just having the time of our lives. We've seen otters, we've seen seals. We had Olaf come to our van last night. In fact, if this wasn't included in yesterday's vlog, and even if it was included in yesterday's vlog, it deserves a second feature. Look at this gorgeous big fat seal that we spent all evening. This was about 11 PM last night. No, it was about 10:30. It was about 10:30 last night, just after we'd got back from our walk to see the Highland cows, and we were following this otter around this bay here. Now, this was all full of water. It's obviously, you know, low tide right now, so it's all gone out. But we just followed it around. And then this morning we had little ones just here, just on the shore, and we had otter. We think they were otters, and we didn't get close up, but they were right on the rocks, literally, almost. That's how close they were. But we just noticed as we're about to set off now and leave, how far out the water's gone. It was here. So when we were swimming this morning, the tide was like here, and then we had all these rocks to go over and paddleboard over before we got to the sand. But the sea now starts right where the sand is. So this line here is the start of the sand. And there's like a couple of little walkways now, I don't know if you can see on the camera, but there's like a nice path to just walk down slowly straight into the sand and the water, which would have been gorgeous this morning, because the only thing any of us struggled with was getting over the rocks and the seaweed and things like that. It was still beautiful though. We had such this freezing cold, but after a really hot sweaty night, it was so welcomed, and we all just genuinely have had a great day. We got out, we got showered off, we got dried, and then we got the air fryer out, had some lunch, and then we've slowly just been packing away. It's just 1 o'clock now. Everyone's just in the van, and we're about to set off and leave this absolute gem that is Applecross. If you're doing the NC 500, it's a pain in the butt to get here. Those roads yesterday were an absolute nightmare in our size truck, but a must. So worth it, so absolutely worth it. The little pub that's just over there selling amazing fish and chips, so crunchy and, you know, not overly fishy, just nice fresh fish with crunchy crispy batter, beautiful chips. The ice creams looked incredible. We're all just a bit gutted. We just got in the van. I was like, oh, I really fancy a banoffee ice cream, but we're going to try and get one at the next place we stop at. World famous bacon butties that looked amazing. They don't have any left. Oh no, they only sell them. They only do them till 11, I think it said. And when I just went up there then to have a look, they don't have any left. But maybe that's because they only do them till 11 and it's now 1. But yeah, it's just been the best. Genuinely a gorgeous stop. Really, really. Do you know what else makes it perfect? Is that van lifers, travelling people, travellers are welcomed here. You're travelling in a van, you're travelling in a caravan, you're travelling in a motorhome. They are so welcoming, and it really does make a big difference when you're welcomed in such a loving and warm way. We've loved it. It's been great. But now it's time to get on the road. We're heading towards Ullapool. Oh, the heat is heating!
32 degrees on the dash.
32 in Dubai would feel nice and cool. 32 in the UK feels like hell. We just got to the beautiful, we hope, Victoria Falls. So we're going to take a quick walk.
Named after who?
Named after the one and only
Queen Victoria.
Late Queen Victoria. So we're going to get everyone out, go and stretch our legs, because that drive, oh,
It was long and strong.
was the chef's kiss. It was long and strong. It was the chef's kiss.
I'll come around.
Right, you're not the chef. Anyway, it was an absolutely beautiful drive. So picturesque, so stunning, but definitely a lot of hard work. For Chris, not me, obviously.
Yeah, I'm sure I saw you sneezing at one point.
Sneezing?
Snoozing.
Prove it. Whoever vlogged, it didn't happen. Yeah, and no, I was too busy clenching onto the side. I was like, oh, you get close to the edge, get close to the edge. That was me.
The road was single track the whole way, pretty much.
Yeah, it was.
Pop the inverter off, love.
Terrifying. Anyway, we're here now at Victoria Falls, so let's go check it out. Right, Chris has been paranoid about what we said in the van, just in case we got it wrong.
I think we said Queen Elizabeth. It's Queen
Chris thinks we said Queen Elizabeth in the van, in case we did. It's obviously Queen Victoria.
Victoria Falls.
Seeing as though it's called Victoria Falls.
Hey, look, it's here, look, there's a placard about it.
And she visited this site in what year, babe?
1877.
1877.
Named after Queen Victoria, who enjoyed this area and visited the falls in 1877.
This delightful waterfall has some enchanted hidden views for you to discover. Beautiful. Right, we're gonna have a little wander. How far's the walk?
Oh, that's cool.
What?
That's alright.
Oh yeah. A very pretty one. She wrote that about that. She wrote that in her journal about her visit. Really cool. Let's go see. Well, Chris just had to run back to the falls because he left the camera on the wall.
Careful, my God. Can't be leaving your camera lying around. You're not in Dubai now, you know. It's liable to get nicked. No offence to the Scots, but what the hell, Dubai is where it's at.
Oh my gosh, my head is so sweaty right now. And let's be for real, it wouldn't be a trip to Scotland without the loss of a drone. So, Victoria...
Thanks for that big time,
succumbed. No, the drone succumbed to Victoria Falls. So yeah, another drone down.
Devastated man about that one.
I don't understand how you can act like it's normal that drones do that.
I don't.
Or like it's not your fault that drones just fall out the sky.
That one probably was my fault.
Even though you went, it just had an engine failure and dropped out the sky.
Yeah, but we look back on the footage and it got pretty close to some tree branches. It might have just clipped one and then the engine would have failed and it would have dropped. So...
I literally am so angry. I'm literally so angry. Thankfully all the clips are backed up because obviously we filmed a lot on the drone over the last... Well, it's only this morning's footage. Drive and talk! This morning's footage. Oh! Anyway, it's only a drone. It's no big deal. It's only his main bit of Christmas present, you know, just a few months ago.
No, the spare one was my main one. I still got the spare one.
No, the drone was your Christmas present. You bought the spare one in January. Yeah. Just in case you dropped that one out the sky because you're rubbish at flying drones.
Right, yeah, of course.
I'm actually so angry at you. I literally cannot. Right,
I've never thought, look, right, look.
Oh, whatever, it's your fault.
I'm never flying one into any dangerous situations again.
Oh, you've said that every single time you've crashed a drone. Every single time you've crashed a drone, you've said...
It wasn't even worth the shot. That's what's more annoying. It wasn't even worth the shot. It was alright. It wasn't spectacular though.
Right, where we're going next?
I love how Sarah gets angrier about the drone loss than she did about Chris cheating on her or Chris trying to bed 16-year-olds. You know, she's got her priorities, you know, and that's Sarah Ingham, isn't it? Whatever, right? But that aside, right, that was a Christmas present for Chris, and it cost like £1,000, didn't it, or something like that? Imagine like losing and breaking £1,000 gift that you got for Christmas and then saying, oh, it's okay because I got my spare one that I bought. I mean, I agree with Sarah on this. It doesn't matter about your fucking spare one, Chris. The one that you broke just now was the one that was given to you as a gift, so you take fucking care of it, alright?
Where are we going now? We're going to a beach somewhere.
Yeah, like a beach, and we may end up just getting in the water because it's roasting.
It is actually so hot. Right, let's go.
I'm finishing an element now.
She's a mountain dog. She wants to wang her.
After me, Mina, after me.
She can't even fit those balls in her mouth. When he come back?
Where's she going?
She's looking for it. See? Silly dog. The way she jumps on the side is so cute. Oh, come on, Mum. It's pretty. It's so cute. Are you ready, Pretty?
Get Prin!
Oh, it's in the water.
Go, Pretty!
Go get Prini!
Woohoo! Give me the ball.
Alright guys, welcome to Gairloch Beach. This is a little bit windy, but you're going to have to put up with it because that's just the way it goes on beaches. Okay? We're in the beach pizza store right now. Mila's Beach Pizza.
She's making us delicious sandy pieces.
Thanks, Mies. So, okay, just pizza. So this is a quick pit stop of a little stop. This is one of the places you're supposed to see on the NC500. We definitely came here in 2020 because I remember it.
It was very different weather.
Yeah, it was very, very rainy and cold. It was very different weather when we came in 2020. Very rainy and wet. And today is 32 degrees and absolutely gorgeous, like we're on somewhere abroad in Spain. And the beach is absolutely gorgeous. The only issue is the sea is full of jellies today. So
And crabs.
and crabs.
And
So
sea maggots.
and see some things that the girls are freaking out about. So no one's swimming today. But it's very nice to have a little pit stop here on the beach
Well done.
before we move on. And it's gorgeous to see it again. Some of the beaches up this way in Scotland are absolutely incredible. And hopefully we're going to get to see a few of them and enjoy some swimming at some of them too. But today is not the one. But that's okay. Tomorrow we've still got a super heat wave going on for my birthday, which I'm super excited about. So hopefully we're going to position ourselves near some water for tomorrow too. But right now we're going to pack up.
Oh, I fancy a barbecue.
We've got 2 barbecues in the back.
Fancy a barbecue in the beach or something.
Yeah, I'd love to.
So nice.
In fact, we could go to the Tesco in Ullapool to get the bits for it. To get all the food for it.
I'm feeling that.
And then we can find water near there.
If we find somewhere nice,
Yeah.
that'd be really
Have a little research this evening. But yeah, we want to position ourselves for my birthday tomorrow near water so that we can swim, because it's kind of the last day of really good weather, then the weather's a bit iffy into next week. So we want to go somewhere.
We'll need snowboots and raincoats.
We might need snowboots and raincoats maybe, but we'll see what happens with that one. I can't shake this like sticky rubbish feeling that I've just lost my drone. I feel really sad about it. And memory card, I don't have a
Should be a feeling you used to.
I don't have a spare memory card. I've got a spare drone, but I don't. Oh, that's very kind. Thank you,
Santa's going to
Mila.
bring him back.
That feels better,
Problem
Mila.
is, Daddy's not Grandpa Pig. And Daddy's used to this feeling. And Santa already brought him a drone.
There must be a Scotland curse.
No, babe, it happens in Spain. It happens wherever we
It
go.
was nothing to do with me. This might have been to me, but might not have been at the same time.
It was. You flew it into a tree.
Might not have been. Anyway, hopefully I've got the shot just before it crashed, because obviously they're all saved onto the memory card that's on the controller, so you'll be able to watch that and see exactly what happened. But I feel really sad about it. It's kind of put like a weird vibe on the day, and I don't know why. It's just a drone. I have a spare drone with me, but it just is. Just has put a weird vibe on
You
it.
don't understand why. It's hundreds and hundreds
I do understand
of
why.
pounds.
I do understand why. But it's the last
You can
day.
tell I'm absolutely fuming.
It's the last day before my birthday, and then everyone's being horrible to me.
No, they're not, you
Yes, they are.
baby. I'm irritated. I'm not angry at you. No, I am angry at you. But I'm not being funny with you. We're not arguing or falling out. But obviously I'm angry because they're expensive and I feel like you're careless with them.
Yeah, it's put a bit of a weird vibe on the day, which sucks. We need to recover it, hopefully.
We're going to go and make a nice dinner now.
Here we are.
We're going to have a nice evening.
Here we are.
No one's hurt.
Yeah, no.
No clips are lost. You've still got another drone. But I'm still a bit irritated, babe, because obviously it's an expensive thing that you
I don't have a memory card
do
for it.
all the flipping time. And we don't have a memory card because the memory card's gone.
But we do have a town tomorrow, so hopefully they'll sell memory cards. If not, I can always borrow my friend's memory card whilst we're on this trip. So it's not end of the world. But
At the same time, it's a lot of money just down in the Victoria Falls.
this really sucks.
And you're careless, and every time you fly your drone, I shouldn't feel like I'm terrified.
It's because
do.
I think I'm a boss G, and I fly it like I fly my drone all the time, and I am good at flying a drone, but I take risks that I shouldn't take risks with. And today I took a risk flying down a waterfall, and it bit me in the bum.
Yeah.
So anyway, we did try and recover it. There was zero chance of recovering it, like zero. Even if we could find where it was in the water somewhere,
You're
there
not
was
going to put
we
yourself in
won't
danger
be able to get to
that would
it.
be stupid.
Yeah.
Your drone at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Thank you, madam. Is my pizza
Anyway, Esme's gone to wash Prinny because she's super sandy. Our friends have gone to wash their dogs too. So we're going to bounce back, pack up, and move on to a night spot that's about 8 minutes from here to spend the evening. Make some nice food.
Okay, I find if anybody is travelling in a van, then I definitely recommend this stop. Not only is the beach absolutely stunning, it's got a massive car park and loads of facilities to do van admin. So this is the motorhome water refill, which everybody's just been using to get sand off themselves, so Jace has just jumped in to do the same. And obviously there is a drain there, so it's fine for him to be, well, everybody else were doing it, so that's why he joined in. But there is a drain there, so that's fine. And then there's also this like service hut, I guess you could say. So as you can see here, there are toilet facilities, changing facilities, accessible facilities, showers, and then a place to clean your toilet. In fact, I'll show you now. You do have to pay. I think the showers are £3.50. Yes. So the showers are £3.50. And then I think the toilets are 50p. And then you have the toilet drop in there. Delicious. And then other toilets on there. And then if you go around this side, you'll see there is a place for doggies to drink and a drinking water tap so that you can fill up all your bottles. Guys, we've been eaten alive by midges. We just want to enjoy this beautiful, beautiful scenery, the gorgeous weather. We can't. We've been eaten alive by midges.
That's one thing you need to remember when you come to Scotland in the summer, is that there's
It's just not the one. It's midges.
When the sun goes down, it's midges time.
And we've been prepared. We've got the jungle formula. I say we've been prepared. Our friends have been prepared. We've got mosquito patches. They're not mosquitoes, so. Anyway, we've got the jungle formula. We've got little zappers.
I wish there were mosses here. And they're not these.
We've got little zapper things. We've got a big owl sat there that zaps things. We've got a fan literally blasting on us to try and keep them away. They just don't seem to be bothered though, do they?
Has it reduced enough, do you reckon? I've overspilled there.
Chris keeps overcooking that. He keeps overfilling it.
Wait, we said what we're cooking.
Oh, guys, we're cooking the Baltic broth for dinner tonight, which is basically a broth that we came up with in the Arctic this year.
Yeah.
It's basically mince.
Try the cheese now.
No, I think it's too full. It's basically mince.
I'll just leave the lid off for a minute more.
Okay. No. Mince, chicken stock, mince, beef stock, pasta, onions, peppers. Look, he just throws it all in. That's going to overflow. What else we've put in there? Loads of seasonings. You can put in anything you want, basically. And then cheese, and this is what it's going to look like. Oh, and Yolo did just say, what's the white stuff in there? That is double cream. I think I forgot to say that. So, Esme's been eaten by... Well,
Sorry, I have a really scary thing about wasps. It looked like a hornet.
No, it's not
It
wasps.
wasn't a hornet, but I'm just scared. Remember, guys, when we was in Mallorca, and I think it was Mallorca, and I was running through the water park,
yeah.
and
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I stood on a wasp,
Yeah.
and one of our iPhone had to help me take it out.
Yeah, I do remember that. I do.
But there are so many in your hair. I'm not even lying. I feel bad for you. There's about 3 in your closet.
Oh well. So we're going to make dinner out here because we've already started now, obviously, and then we're going to go and eat it inside our van.
Lid it up now.
Lid it up. That's what you call a bubbling Baltic broth.
What in the God's name is that? My God. I think with that, we're going to end it today because I can't cope.
And there we go.
Shit.
A bowl of absolute
That was
deliciousness.
a horrendous vlog that they put out. And they don't even realise it, and they don't even care. And neither do the iPhone care. Nobody cares anymore. You know, the only people that care are people that are, had more than 2 brain cells, right? If you have less than 2 brain cells, then you're screwed, aren't you, basically? Anyway, yes, let me know in the comments down below what you think of this whole paddleboarding situation. Am I blown it out of all proportion, or am I right to be actually angered? Are you angered too with it? Let me know what you think. Until next time, please give this video a massive thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you are new, because this story may well rumble on. So keep your eyes peeled, keep your ears tuned, and let's go for it again.